Welcome to the On Deck podcast for all your baseball DFS needs with your superstar host, fantasy baseball experts, Casey, Bubba, and Bogman. On Deck podcast is sponsored by LineStar app, the #1 top-rated data and analytics tool for daily fantasy sports.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the On Deck MLB DFS podcast brought to you by LineStar. Check them out, their app on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. And go and check them out on Twitter at LineStar MLB and at LineStar DFS to get all your goodies there. It is well worth it. Trust me on that one. You can find me on Twitter at BDentric and my co-host, as always, on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scott Bogman, how are we doing?
I'm good, man. D-backs, had the lead, gave it up. Then won at the end today, so that was a fun game to see. Got crushed yesterday, so I just went ahead and paid attention to the NFL draft. So, pretty good weekend for the D-backs and won the series against the Rockies. So I was excited about that.
Yeah, their only loss was to Gomber. It was amazing. Go figure.
Yeah, they got Gombered.
Yeah, they got Gombered. It was amazing.
I mean, that game was 14-8, but Gomber did pitch pretty well. So.
Yeah, well, that was all in the bullpen pretty much. That was not him. Same with Gallen. Gallen didn't pitch bad either. That was just a disgusting show of a bullpen. We saw more bullpens go bad in Cincinnati between the Cubs and the Reds on Sunday. That was just banana lands. We saw Javi Baez try to fight Amir Garrett. I say let him go. What's the worst that happens? Like let's see it.
That's what should be happening. They should they should put up their dukes like hockey.
Exactly.
First one that drops, the fight's over. That way you don't get the benches clearing and all the nonsense.
So. Yeah, because then the bench is clear and it's just like a slap fight and it just looks embarrassing, like for everybody involved. So
and did you see that Acuna hit a bomb on Saturday? Of course, because I picked him on Friday. It's not every time that works, but I mean. It's as close to it's way more money in the bank than me picking homers this been.
Yeah, Ryan Humphreys had 2 home runs from Aaron Judge on Friday. I got lucky and got one from Grichuk. But before Grichuk hit his, JD Martinez hit 2. And I'm getting messages from Humphreys, and I was like, oh, day late, huh? Day late. Yeah. Okay, I get it. It happens. But some people want some swag on Friday. We'll get more going. I remember how this went in recent years. Once things kind of got into the heat of summer, when balls start flying even more, we start rocking. Right now, things are goofy, but we saw this past week, weather's getting better, some windy situations. Balls are going to start flying like crazy. So we're going to have some fun there. And we're going to get you started each and every Monday through Friday on your First Look podcast here on the On Deck show. We got 10 games to break down for you. We're going to say it many times when we go game by game, but there's a lot of pricing discrepancy on the pitching. Some guys aren't even there. Is what we're trying to say. So when you listen to the show, hopefully they've updated it. If not, keep an eye on it. We're giving you the best information we have at the time of recording. That's the best we can do for you. But 10 games on the docket, and we're going to start off with wonderful Milwaukee at Philadelphia. Philadelphia coming off a heartbreaking loss on Sunday Night Football. Did Rhys Hoskins home run fair or Sunday Night Baseball? You get me thinking of the draft. Yeah, but Rhys Hoskins threw a homer that would have won the game, then didn't win the game. But we got Milwaukee at Philly, Adrian Hauser, Vinny V on the bump, over under of 9, and rightfully so with these two pitchers. Hauser's 86 on DK, FanDuel he's 64. That's probably more appropriately priced. And on DK, Velasquez 7,000 on FanDuel 6K. Neither pitcher for me, Bogman. I don't know about you.
It's going to be a no from me, dog. I'm going to have no pitchers in this 9 over game, so pass.
But loving the bats in this one because I would have been a little worried. There's the old Monday or Sunday night baseball hangover, but they're staying at home, so that helps out a lot. And I think between Hauser and Vinny V, that over under of 9 looks mighty juicy towards the over.
Yeah, I mean, a little nice PVB data here. Colton Wong, 1 for 3 in his career with a bomb against Velasquez. So not a lot going on, but his one hit was a homer. So hopefully he sees him well. But I mean, it's the big bats for Philly for me. Harper and Hoskins, they've been hitting. So keep them in your lineup. Tyrone Taylor, if he gets in there, he's a nice price at 23 and 22, and he has been nice over the last couple of weeks. And Julio Urias, 34 and 26. I believe he hit a homer this weekend too. Yep. So, I mean, there's some decent bats in this game.
Yeah, he went deep on Saturday. I believe he took Dustin May deep before Dustin May went bye-bye. So, that's a sad one, but it is a good one.
At least the Dodgers have 1,000 other pitchers that can replace Dustin May. So they're
down to like 650, it feels like. So we'll see how that goes. But and watch the weather here. Looking at the wonderful DraftKings icons, it looks like it might be raining in Philadelphia. But long ways to go there. I agree. The big bats of Harper and Hoskins definitely start things off. Didi went deep on Sunday. He's always dicey. Baum is swinging a really hot bat, and he's still pretty affordable on both sides. But this is one of those games where everyone's going to attack Philadelphia. I love looking the flip side of this to Milwaukee. You mentioned Wong. Travis Shaw just continues to rake. I got no problems with that at all. And then just kind of build around like Narvaez's out stinks. Like Nottingham's 2K, but he won't be in a part of the order that's very effective. Last thing I'll mention before we go on to the next game, if you're looking for value, Brad Miller is always cheap and usually hitting in a good spot in that Phillies lineup if he makes the lineup. So another guy to keep an eye on in that one. Let's go to Wrigley Field, where we might have rain in this one as well, but we have no total because it's Wrigley Field. They don't give totals out until they see the weather. It's so ironic. The one game every day, it's Wrigley. They don't care about weather anywhere else, just Wrigley. Dodgers, Cubs, Walker Buehler, Kyle Hendricks. Again, no total, but you got a couple decent pitchers. Buehler 96, Hendricks 65 on DK. On FanDuel, Buehler 10-2, Hendricks 71. What do you like here, Bogman?
No pitching. I just don't like the price on Buehler for the day. 96 and 10 is just going to be 10-2 is going to be too much. And Hendricks he ain't it right now. So I'm going to pass on both pitchers here.
Yeah, Buehler I could see in a tournament, but the price tag and his consistency on the mound kind of concerns me. But Hendricks, I said it going into last time, the velocity's down, and it's just like he's unless he's fooling guys somewhere, if he's anywhere near the heart of the plate, it's over. So yeah, that's a no for me too. And it really makes me want to go back to some more Dodgers bats that went absolutely bananas on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, Pollock, 35 and 2,100, and he had 7 RBI yesterday. So, I mean, it would be the most Pollock thing to not play the day after he had 7 RBI. So make sure you check. I mean, anytime we mention the Dodgers, you got to make sure you're checking those lineups. But Chris Taylor's been hot, like we said before, 43 and 32. Justin Turner at 49 and 37, I think is a good price. Muncy at 43 and 32 is a good one. And there's been, the Cubs have been hitting recently. So it's nice to finally see Chris Bryant, 54 and 4,100. He is 6 for 6 in his career against Buehler. 3 doubles, 1 triple for him in that matchup against Buehler. So for whatever reason, he hits him. Baez is 49 and 37, and Rizzo is 42 and 32. So some good Cubs prices too.
Yeah, Brian went deep, I believe, twice on Sunday as well. So he's smoking the baseball. I was definitely wrong on him going into 2021. The Cubs would be a nice contrarian angle. I'm not sure I'm there at this point in time. It'd be the usual suspects, as you mentioned. But again, Dodgers, like you said, check the lineup. I have no problem. Like Seagers, to me, $4,800 for Corey Seager against Hendricks is too cheap, personally, for me. Will Smith at 46 on these are DK prices. Obviously, they're cheaper on FanDuel. Let me get you both prices, so you're on the same page here. Seager's 36 on FanDuel, which I think is still very, very affordable. It's a little different there, but just looking at their DK, I think you get some nice looks with the Dodgers there, but you can't get the value. Obviously, Muncy only 32, Will Smith 3K. He's one of the few catchers I would use on FanDuel. I don't like using catchers on FanDuel, but Gavin Lux, Sheldon Noose, all those guys, AJ Pollock, I still saw that again. It's ridiculous, $2,100. But, their lineup's going to have some tasty goodness against Kyle Hendricks. I'm all aboard that train. Texas at Minnesota, Dane Dunning, Kenta Maeda, over under 8.5. Which Kenta Maeda shows up tonight? Kenta 78 on DK. He is a wonderful 6,900 on FanDuel. That is an intriguing discussion.
Yeah.
Dunning at 66. On DK, 74 on FanDuel. I'm not using Dunning, but Bogman, you look at all of Maeda's peripherals, like he's got the slider touching the plate too much, but a lot of his other stuff resembles previous success. So if you're doing a big field tournament, at least on FanDuel, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, and that's really the thing is, I think because he's a vet, we expect him to even out at some point. And now that his price has caught up to his performance, now is the time to actually buy in on him. So I'm with you. I'll throw Maeda out in a couple, but I'm not going to heavily invest in him. I'll give him a contrarian lineup shot, but other than that, no thanks.
Yeah, because he's like the thing with, especially on FanDuel, if you put him at $6,900 on FanDuel, you can have whatever bat you want. And we have Coors Field, we have the Dodgers versus Kyle Hendricks, we have other just juicy matchups to talk about. And you don't have to find the value. Just go play whoever you want. It doesn't matter if AJ Pollock's not in the lineup. It's fine. So, I like that quite a bit. DK, 78 still interesting. I don't hate it if you have multiple lineups, but not 100% there. What bats are you looking at on this one?
Yeah, there's some decent bats here. Just guys that have been hot. Nick Solak, 49 and 31. Adolis Garcia is 36 and 32. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is swinging it hot right now. I mean, 5 homers and 5 swipes so far this year. 4,500 on DK, 3,100 on FanDuel. Nate Lowe's at 38 and 3,000 is a good price. Willie Calhoun hit a bomb. Was that today or Saturday? It was.
That was today. That was today.
Yeah. 3,000 and 2,800. So he's a good price. Nelly Cruz, you can always buy, especially against a guy like Dunning at 59 and 4,000. Buxton's still hot. He's expensive though, 61 and 45. And Jorge Polanco, weird price discrepancy here. Maybe I wrote it down wrong. 5,200 on DK, but 2,800 on FanDuel. So a little surprising to see that big of a difference in a hitter.
Yeah, DK does this thing where they price up like all the twins. Well, almost all. I'll tell you something in a minute. But like, yeah, the Polanco and the Mitch Garver one, because you go to FanDuel, 2,800 each on FanDuel. Yeah. I like the Calhoun price on FanDuel as well. I think Max Kepler's intriguing at 3K because he's coming back from his injury, so he's not like ballooning onto the radar for everybody just yet. But the one that still baffles me, because I've been promoting him forever, and he blew up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, is Alex Kirilloff is still $2,900 on DK and 2,400 on FanDuel. So I'll go right back to that. Will
3 homers in the last 4 games. So yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, until they adjust that price tag, I just plug them into at least cash lineups every day, if not tournaments, just for like a one-off value. It does a lot for your blood pressure. Mets at St. Louis, no total on this one because here's one of our first discrepancies on the night. If you go to DraftKings, we have the wonderful matchup of Adam Wainwright and Joey Lucchesi. Wainwright 8,000, Lucchesi 64. On FanDuel, we have nobody. 0, zilch, nada. If you go to MLB.com, they have Wainwright, and they have to be determined still for the New York Mets. So keep an eye on that one.
He's on the COVID list. He's supposed to come off today, so hopefully that's actually the plan. So
yeah, he was just there for contact tracing. He didn't get popped. Like, it's just a precautionary measure. But let's assume it's, I guess, Lucchesi and Wainwright. Are you interested in Wainwright? Do you want bats only? What do you want here?
I'm really interested in Wainwright. He's been good, and his price, is nice on DK at 8,000. So he's one of my favorite pitchers here, as long as he is getting in the lineup. It's one of those annoying things where you just have to wait until they officially announce it. But I'll wait. I'll wait to throw him out there. I do like Wainwright at 8,000.
I'm 100% with you. I'm very intrigued at that price point. He's been just so good with a great floor. The Mets offense does not scare me. Like, they had a couple games, big games against the Phillies. Like, that doesn't scare me at all. Like, so I'm there. I'm really curious to see what his FanDuel price is, because that could be an intriguing value. I don't think it'll be too expensive. What bats do you like in this one?
Yeah, I mean, I want Cardinal bats first, of course, because it's Lucchesi, but Tyler O'Neill is a great deal on DK, 28 and 31 on FanDuel. So it's actually more on FanDuel. Goldie, 51 and 38. A nice deal on FanDuel again. Edmund, 44 and 35. And then Carlson has been hot, and he's cheaper on FanDuel too. 34 or on DK, 34 on DK and 36 on FanDuel. So I like to get him in my DK lineup as well.
Yeah, I like the O'Neill call, the Carlson call for sure. Another value that I'm glad we're not sitting next to each other because you slapped me for saying it, but you can get Matt Carpenter for $2,400 on DK. And I'm trying to find him on. He's 25 on FanDuel. He's been starting quite a bit lately. He hit 3rd on Sunday. He won't hit 3rd when Goldie's back. But
and DK really, really likes the Lucchesi, apparently, because all these guys are cheaper on DK against Lucchesi.
So we'll have to wait and see how that one goes. But pay attention to the news and notes as that one continues to come out. Let's go to Cleveland at Kansas City. No total on this one because Kansas City has a new starter, and I can't wait because I've actually picked up this guy in a lot of dynasty leagues and whatnot. I'm a big fan of this guy, and we saw him briefly in the shortened season last year. He looked outstanding. He was a top draft pick for them recently. We got Aaron Savali for the Indians. We'll start with him. He's $8,900 on DK. He's 95 on FanDuel. We don't have a FanDuel price for Mr. Daniel Lynch yet, but he has $4,000 on DraftKings.
You got to go with him. I mean, you got to go with him.
In cash, you have to. You just play him in cash. Flat out play him. In tournaments, I will play some, but I will also be careful because that's when the ownership game comes in. But at the same time, he does so much for your lineup, I really don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just at $4,000, he's just kind of an auto start in a lot of lineups. So
yeah, he's a power arm that should be stretched out, and it's an Indians offense that does not scare me at all.
Yeah, I mean, we hope he gets at least 5. That's what
I'll take 4 innings at $4,000.
Yeah,
The way I look at it, $4,000 is a mid-priced outfielder. If that guy hits a home run, 16 points, but you'd accept like 10 points from him.
Right.
Lynch should be able to get you 15 plus. So that's my mindset going into it. I could be totally wrong. He could get shelled, but that's where I'm at $4,000.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good bats here too. I mean, just go with some hot bats. Benintendi is finally starting to get right. 3,000 on DK. Another guy that's priced lower on DK than FanDuel, 3,400 on FanDuel. He's a good price on both of them though. Whit Merrifield still hot, 54 and 4,000. Carlos Santana is getting there too, 5,000 and 4,300. On the Cleveland side, if you're going to go against Lynch, Ramirez 53 and 41, and I like Josh Naylor's been hitting 32 and 23. Should he be in the lineup?
Yeah, no. With the Lynch chalk, I will have a Cleveland stack in another lineup somewhere because that's going to be a beautiful thing. And I do like Savali, at least on DraftKings, like an SP2 if you want to pay up. I don't mind him there because the Royals lineup doesn't terrify me. I like the Benintendi call. Santana's playing well, but overall the offense has been quite dreadful of late. All right, before we get going to the back five of tonight's action, make sure you again check out LineStar on Twitter at LineStar DFS and at LineStar MLB. Go to the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store to download the app. It has everything you'll need: the chat, the optimizers, the stacks tool, the values, everything you want. It's out there. It's awesome. And also, if you give a rate and review on iTunes of the podcast, the On Deck MLB DFS podcast, we would much appreciate it. And if you'd rather watch the podcast, go to the LineStar YouTube channel, subscribe, like, share. All the goodies there. Now talking about goodies, let's go to Coors Field. The Giants at the Rockies. Aaron Sanchez, German Marquez, over under 10. Aaron Sanchez is 73 on DK, 68 on FanDuel. German Marquez is 71 on DK, 62 on FanDuel. Or no, he's 82 on FanDuel. Oh, shnikes. He should be 62. But I usually
pricing he's 62.
Yeah. I usually imagine I usually think about using German Marquez once in a while on Coors. I am not tonight because the Giants actually have seen him a lot and the weather's good. I want all the bats in this one, Bogman.
Yeah, I mean, hard to pick through the Rockies bats because they haven't been really great. I mean, CJ Cron has been good ever since Matt Adams got called up or was threatened to get called up. So he's an all right start. Ryan McMahon has been good. Dom Nunez, if he's in the lineup you want, Bubba mentions him every single time. But Trevor Story seems like, he got hit on the hand.
Yeah, he
today.
left hurt.
So his x-rays were negative, but he's probably going to miss at least this game. That's a big bat to take out of the middle of that lineup. Blackman seems to be hit or miss. He has a good game and then a bad game. So I don't know how many bats I can trust for the Rockies here, but I love Brandon Belt's price at 34 and 31. I love Posey's at 48 and 39. He is hot. And Alex Dickerson, should he get in there, 35 and 3,000 as well.
Yeah, this is one to definitely watch for the lineups because Aaron Sanchez is a pitch to contact guy. So this is going to be a beautiful thing for Colorado. Even if it's like Jonathan Daza at a discount, he's playing every day. Like it's crazy pricing. I will say Matt Adams started on Sunday. If they start doing a lefty righty platoon, he's 3,100 on DK. He's even cheaper on FanDuel.
All right, I like that.
Like I'm not saying like if he probably won't be in the lineup, but for some reason they start a platoon thing. I am all over that against Aaron Sanchez in this game. And then on the Giants side, this is one of those things we've talked about before. Is everyone likes Colorado and Coors Field. I like the Giants in this one because you get them lower owned. People respect Marquez and for good reason, but Dubon's $2,600 on DK. And he's actually swinging a good bat right now, and he's playing every day. So I don't hate that at all. And he's 28 on FanDuel. And then watch the lineup because Austin Slater's been banged up. Giants have a lot of outfield things. Mike Tauchman is playing quite a bit. He's affordable. And they might even play Steven Duggar, who led off over the weekend against a righty. And he's almost free on both sides. And that's ridiculous for Coors Field, period. So the Giants can have a lot of value because they have a lot of injuries right now. So check that out when those come out. You can get some sneaky fun stuff in Coors Field. Tampa Bay at the Angels. Glasnow against Shohei Ohtani. I just want to sit and watch this game. Under
Ohtani got hit on the elbow today. So
yeah, that's true.
He may not start because Madden after the game said it's too early to say yes or no for sure. So it should be him. I mean, he stayed in the game and he stole 2 bases right after that.
Yeah, he stayed in the game. He stole 2 bases. And the biggest kicker for me.
But they baby him.
Yes, they do. The biggest kicker for me for now, and in reality, if he's got any kind of boo-boo, I'd say stay out too. But the biggest kicker is Vegas still has the lineup.
Okay.
So that tells me something. If there's usually any question, that thing's gone. So we'll see. Anything can happen. But for now, we have Glass now at 10-3 on DK. He's not on FanDuel. FanDuel has Michael Wacha. I've seen Glasnow's name everywhere. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Tyler Glasnow. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe they changed it up, but it should be Glasnow.
It should be Glasnow. And if he's pitching, obviously you can put him in whatever lineup you want.
All aboard that train. But the fun one is Shohei 76 on DK. He's 89 on FanDuel. A little too pricey for me on FanDuel, but DK, I am on with that one.
Yeah, I mean, once again, we got to make sure that he plays. But I would be in. I think I'd be more in on Glasnow, even though I don't know. It is a really nice matchup for Ohtani. I'm just kind of down on just the fact that I don't think he's going to play. So
yeah, there's a lot of swing and miss, and that like Urquidy dealt, Javier dealt. Like this team's this offense in Tampa Bay is struggling. Even if Glasgow only goes 5 innings, maybe we saw last time out it got him 22 points. Like he's got the goods if he's out there. So yes, if he plays, I'm in. Obviously, if he doesn't, I'm not. I'm kind of just going to avoid the bats, assuming these are the two pitchers because I respect them both a lot. Are you interested in either set of the bats?
Yeah, I'm not really interested. I mean, there's some decent prices. I mean, Walsh is okay at 45 and 36, but it's against Glasnow. Pujols is another guy that's cheaper on DK at 3,032. So if he's in the lineup, that would be a nice one. But like you said, the pitching is too good here. I just don't want to mess with it.
All right, a few more games to go. Toronto at Oakland. Steven Matz, Frankie Montas. Over under 8.5. This feels like it should just fly over, but it means it'll probably be 3-2 or something. You got Steven Matz, $8,400. He's been good until his last start, but again, I was in Dunedin. I kind of want to grain of salt that. They have Trent Thornton on FanDuel. Again, I've seen Steven Matz everywhere, so I'm going with Steven Matz. On DK, you got Frankie Montas at 81. On FanDuel, he's 75. I want Frankie Montas to be good. He has not been good, and I like the Toronto bats. So I'm avoiding pitching here. Are you interested in any arms?
I'm not really. Like you said, it's all about the bats in this game because Toronto's bats have been hot. I mean, Grichuk, your boy, 39 and 3,000. Vlad Jr., 54 and 44. Bo Bichette, 54 and 41. Simeon, 5,000, 3,100. They are expensive, but they have been hitting. So I know they've been playing some games in Dunedin too, but Montas has been a little rough. I know he was better on his last start out, but I'm just not going to trust him right now. So, I'm in on these Toronto bats for sure. On the Oakland side, 44 and 36 for Olsen. Murphy's been hitting. He's 44 and 27, and Kana is 48 and 33. So real cheap on FanDuel. So I like that price.
Yeah, a couple more for the A's because I do like targeting Steven Matz. Like he's been good, but it's Steven Matz, and if he's not locating, he's screwed. You mentioned the big righties, but Laureano went deep again on Sunday. He's in play. And when you got lefties and you want value from Oakland, Stephen Piscotty is someone to keep in mind. Very affordable, very affordable on both sides. And then on the Toronto side, I'm all aboard pretty much anything there. I just love that offense when it's clicking. If you're looking for a value play with Kirk being out, Danny Jansen's $2,100. He's a wishy-washy offensive player, but he had a good Sunday, and he's free. So something to think about. 2 more games to go. Pittsburgh at San Diego. For now, it looks like Dinelson Lamet's going to pitch. We'll see. He's 91 on DK, no price on FanDuel. Against Tyler Anderson, who's at 7K for Pittsburgh, or on DK, 86 on FanDuel. I was surprised by $8,600 price tag. It threw me off for a second there.
He's been good.
He has been, but I was still surprised by it. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, I really like him as a start on DK. I'm not going to start him as my one pitcher in FanDuel. I just don't feel that confident about Pittsburgh scoring him runs, really. That's why Lamet is so expensive today, should he even start, by the way. But so I like Anderson as a second guy in DK, but I'm not going to mess with him in FanDuel.
Yeah, with you 100%. If you need him on DK, go for it. Otherwise, not for me. And if Dinelson Lamet starts, I want to make a Pittsburgh stack.
Yeah, you should. I mean, Reynolds has been hot, and he's got a good price, especially on DK, 49 and 32. Colin Moran, 47 and 3,000. There's some other decent bats I'm sure you want in Pittsburgh, but I don't know. It's been rough for Pittsburgh so far.
Oh, it is. It's don't watch. Just check like tomorrow, Tuesday morning to see how it went. Don't watch it.
Don't put yourself through watching it. Just roll the dice.
You're better off watching whatever Housewives on that night.
It's like people who sit at the slot machines and watch whatever's on their phone. So
yeah. Yeah, just hit the button and walk away. Anything else in this game? Do you like Tyler Anderson, so you kind of avoiding San Diego bats, or you just kind of?
Yeah, if you're not going to play Anderson, there's some bats I like here. Hosmer is 6 for 17. That's a 353 career average against him with 2 doubles and a homer. Pham is 2 for 5 with a double, and Grisham is 2 for 5 with a triple. So there's some extra base pop off of Anderson, but Anderson just seems like a different pitcher this year than he has been in the past. So I don't think I want to play too many lineups against him.
Yeah, I can feel you there. Let's head to the last one tonight. Baltimore at Seattle. Kramer, Swanson. Kramer is 61 on DK, and on FanDuel, we don't have a pitcher. On DK, we have Eric Swanson, who's opening for Seattle. He's at 4K. No pitcher on FanDuel. So, again, this is one of those games. Just pay attention. In the grand scheme of things, I just want bats anyways.
Right. I mean, I know everyone will see Swanson start your price and go 4,000. I mean, how can I not throw him? But Lynch is 4,000. So if you're going to go with a 4,000 pitcher, you're going with Lynch. So Swanson should be close to 0% owned. And like you said, he's an opener. He's not going to go deep. So hard pass there. Give me some Baltimore bats. Give me Austin Hayes at 33 and 31 if he's in the lineup. Give me Mancini at 48 and 36 and Cedric Mullins at 43 and 33. I think are all decent prices.
Yeah, I like the Baltimore stat quite a bit. Seattle's been productive. If you want to go there, our usual suspects, but give me some Baltimore for sure to light them up, stay hot in that one. But that wraps up the 10-game game-by-game preview. Real quick, Bogman, what are some of the top stacks you like tonight?
Well, for tonight, there's a couple that I like here. You mentioned a Pittsburgh against San Diego. That one is good. I like Oakland a little bit against Mats. Like we said before, I like either side of San Francisco, Colorado, and probably the Cardinals against the Mets is going to be my favorite one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Definitely like those. Obviously, Coors Field, like we talked about. I like Milwaukee against Vinny V. Dodgers are in play. Lots to like. It's funny because I like about 6 pitchers, which means there's at least 14 other teams that we like bats for. So these are the slates I like though, because let me focus on the pitching, make that simple, or at least in my mind.
Right.
Then we can get weird with the bats, and then we can have some fun there. With all that being said, Bobby, before we send these lovely listeners on their way to lineup building, it's the home run calls of the night. Again, everybody, Bogman, Ryan Humphreys, myself, will make our picks. LineStar at LineStar DFS. We'll tweet them out. You retweet them, they'll pick lucky people to ride with us at night. And if that home run hits, you get some free swag. Bogman, who is your home run call for Monday, May 3rd?
Give me Vlad Jr. Vlad Jr. against Montas. Montas has not been quite himself this year, and Vlad is nice and hot. Give me Vladdy Jr.
Oh, that Hansel, so hot. So, yes, no, I don't mind that at all. Vladito is always fun to go deep. For me, I'm going to go a little off the wall here, and I'm going to target Vinny V. Give me the mayor of Ding Dong City himself, Travis Shaw, to stay hot. Yeah, we're going off the wall. That's one thing I do more often than not. We're going off the wall. Give me Travis Shaw to stay red hot in Citizens Bank Park, that little bandbox they play in, and go deep against Vinny V.
Love it.
There you have it, everybody. Kick it off on Monday. By Thursday, when I haven't hit one yet, I'll go take like Ronald Acuna or JD Martinez again, like I do every week. But we're gonna have fun. I'm coming off a home run.
And we know Vlad Jr. is good for a homer on Tuesday for sure.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting. I'm gonna pick him tomorrow. I'm just gonna start picking the next day everything Bogman picked the day before, so we'll be good to go. But with all that being said, again, check LineStar out on Twitter at LineStar, DFS at LineStar MLB. Rate, review the podcast. Subscribe to the app in your app store. All that great stuff. I'm on Twitter at Pediatric, Bogman at Bogman Sports, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the LineStar app On Deck podcast. Download LineStar app from the App Store or go to LineStarApp.com for all your DFS baseball needs. If you love the On Deck podcast, support KC, Bubba, and Bogman by rating and subscribing. Good luck.